Hello friends, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Kayla and today I will be styling some Whimsigoth outfits for you all. Hello friends, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. Peep my mug, look how cute it is. So today I'm going to be styling Whimsigoth outfits for you guys, and the goal is to show you outfits that will work for different seasons. It's currently 77 degrees outside, which is just chef's kiss perfection. So I'm actually gonna hope to film a lot of this video outside, which will be really nice. I live on a large plot of land where there is woods everywhere, and I just feel like that is appropriate for this aesthetic. If you guys saw last week's video, I went thrifting for some Whimsigoth pieces, and so in this video you're gonna see some of those pieces featured along with some other ones. Also, humongous shout out to my mom, who has just the cutest wardrobe, and so many of these pieces in her wardrobe work perfectly for this aesthetic. She's recently given me some pieces out of her closet, and I will be using very many of them to style these outfits. Also, as we head into the outfit breakdowns, please leave a comment down below if there's any brand names that you want specifically. So if you see a piece and you're like, what's the name of that brand? Drop a comment down below and I will respond back to you. A lot of these pieces are vintage or thrifted, so they're a little bit more challenging to find. But if you want to know what any of the brands are, like I said, just let me know in the comments and I will definitely respond to you. All right, well, before we jump into the styling, don't forget to subscribe down below. It's totally free and I'll let you know when I upload new videos. I'm a fashion creator here on YouTube, and I make videos I make videos on everything from thrifting to aesthetic explorations to styling to sewing and more. Well, I think those are all of the announcements I had for you guys. So let's jump into the styling. It's going to be voiceover action because it's going to be hard to record outside the audio. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the voiceover. My gut is that I'm not going to be able to use the audio from out here, so I think I'm going to just do a voiceover. But you guys, it is so beautiful out here. It's so nice outside. Oh my gosh, I hope it stays like this. Okay, let's get into filming these outfits. When it comes to Whimsigoth, the color palette is blacks, grays, dark colors, lots of gem tones, things like that, and that is exactly what I'm playing with throughout all of these outfits. And so what I came up with here is a purple and black look, which I feel like perfectly represents this aesthetic. We'll start with the pants, which, by the way, are these not the coolest pants you've ever seen? These are my mom's, and they're actually from a set. So they're vintage, pretty hard to find, I imagine, but they are just so gorgeous. And this is just your reminder that when you're at the thrift store, don't forget to look at the matching sets, because sometimes you might love one piece in that set. You might have to get the whole thing, but if one of those pieces is worth it, it's worth it. These pants are absolutely stunning. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like them before. And they have these draping, flowing panels coming off of them that just read cape or dress or skirt, or I don't even know. They're just so cool and whimsical. Moving up, I accessorize it with this layered moon and star belt. This is from Amazon. I will leave it linked down below. I always link all of the products that I share with you guys over there, and it's broken up into categories, so hopefully it'll be pretty easy for you guys to shop. I feel like anything with the celestial print works so well for the Whimsigoth aesthetic, so of course I went with this belt here. I also like that there are so many layers. Even though there's a lot of movement in this outfit already, I felt like having these draping chains added a little bit more movement and also added a bit of texture. For shoes, I just went with these black boots from ModCloth. I bought these absolute ages ago, but honestly, black boots or loafers, Converse, Vans, there are so many great options for the Whimsigoth aesthetic. I really like these boots because they're a suede material, but they also have a sort of rubber grip on the front, so they're great for just traipsing around, which is something I do often. On the top half, I have a layered moment here. So I had considered putting the tank top underneath this lace top, but then I decided, what if I put it on top? And I actually am really happy that that's what I ended up doing. So first up, I have on this 3/4 length sleeve, striped and lace black top. I thrifted this at the Goodwill a few weeks back, and it's honestly so nice. It's a little oversized, but I feel like it works fine because I know for a fact I'll be layering it. There's a sheer panel down the center, so of course I'll either be wearing something underneath it or over top of it like I am here. I felt like this was a fun way. It kind of felt a little like Tim Burton-esque with the stripes in the black, but then I felt like there was an opportunity to add a little bit of whimsy with that delicate floral lace. So I felt like this top in and of itself was a great way to mix goth and whimsy. I just paired over top of it this black lace pajama top. Actually, I got this at Target and it's literally part of a pajama set, but I felt like this was a nice way to use this slip top to add a little bit of layering and also texture in the fabrics because this is a satin over top of a cotton and lace. For accessories, I just have on this little jar that has some seeds in it. This was actually sent to me in a package as kind of like a little extra thing. I had purchased, I think it was a light or a bookmark or something, and this came just kind of as an extra thing. Also, peep my fake dragon tattoo. It is not real, though I kind of am obsessed with it. For earrings, I just threw on these little dangly star earrings. I felt like they married really well with the dangling belt. And for my bag, I wanted to add a little bit of a pop of color. I feel like brown and purple go really well together, so I added in the brown. We're also playing with textures here because this bag is woven and leather, and then there's that little bone section at the clasp. I love this bag, and I also just kind of felt like the horn was kind of very Whimsigoth. In my hair, I just put in some gold star clips. You guys are going to see these over and over again. Honestly, I cut my bangs myself and I definitely mess them up, so I tend to clip back a section of them because they look funny when I let them down. So I just clipped back a part of my bangs, and honestly, this is one of my favorite go-to hairstyles at the moment. Also, those clips are just cute, and I got those on Amazon too. And this is this look. Moving on, we're playing with a little bit more of a costumey look. Here's the thing, the giant bell sleeves are everything, and I don't actually have any tops that have these huge bell sleeves. There are a couple in my like wish list for down the line, but I don't have any except for this one. And this was actually a dress that I picked up at Spirit Halloween last year, and I ended up just like cutting the skirt off, which I think I'm gonna end up using that fabric for another project. But I was like, you know what, this is a perfect opportunity to turn this into a top. The dress didn't really fit anymore. I think it looks so cool, and I also love that it has a hood. I didn't put the hood on at any point in this video, but I do love the hood. So yeah, it has this massive bat wing sleeves that I think just embody this aesthetic. The top is velvet, and it also has a really subtle paisley print, which I feel like is just so stunning. I paired it with this skirt that I thrifted a few weeks back. If you guys saw that thrift with me video when I was thrifting for my fall Pinterest board. This is also a paisley print, but I felt like they complemented each other because this one is one of many colors, whereas the paisley print in the top is more of a texture contrast. You can really tell the difference because of the direction of the velvet. And this is a really great way to try out pattern mashing or pattern clashing, if you will. I feel like this way they work really, really well. The color scheme of this skirt is just really dark and rich. It's again playing with those jewel tones with that dark, rich purple, a really dark emerald green, and then there's some black and cream and colors like that mixed within. Overall, this is one of my favorite skirts I've thrifted in a while, and I really feel like it works very well for Whimsigoth. Not only is the length really spot on, but also the color scheme and this sort of paisley print I feel like is very, very popular within this aesthetic. For shoes, I just threw on my Doc Marten boots, and I wanted to add a little hint of whimsy, and I threw some silver star clips on my laces. I've been seeing people decorating their shoes with clips and things like that, and I was like, wait a minute, that's a fantastic idea. So I decided to do it with these silver star clips, and I love how it looks. I honestly am gonna start, I think, accessorizing more of my shoes in this way. Let me know what you guys think. Other accessories, I just added on my little fairy necklace. I also have on these dangling star earrings that I made. I made both the necklace and the star earrings. I have on this thrifted floral bandana, and then just a belt that I picked up at Walmart or Target a few years back. It's just a black belt, but it has these pearlescent sort of decals on the side that I felt were reminiscent of kind of the moon or stars or something along those lines, and I felt like it worked really well for this aesthetic. Moving on, let's talk about the greatest dress I've ever thrifted. This dress is from Altered State. I thrifted it the other week at Goodwill. I'm sorry, it is gorgeous. Like, what? I found this at the thrift store. It is the most beautiful red color I've ever seen. It's this really dark, rich, ruby red, and I love it. I love it so much. And honestly, the dress kind of speaks for itself. It doesn't need a ton of accessories, but let me walk you through how I did accessorize it. Firstly, let's talk about these tights. I bought these at Spirit Halloween a few weeks back. Stock up, people. I am about to go back and get another pair. They're really affordable as well, and they're just gorgeous. They're a fishnet stocking, and they have these moons and stars in them, and I am obsessed. They're beautiful. I also paired the outfit again with my Doc Martens, but I did take off the star clips because I didn't feel like this outfit really needed it. Plus, I was wearing the gold ones in my hair, and I was really playing more with gold tones than silver tones, though I am not opposed to a mixed metals moment. Moving up, to add a little bit more whimsy to this look, I did throw on that dangling, draping, layered star and moon belt again. This belt is so versatile, and you're going to see it many times because honestly, I feel like it is the Whimsigoth belt. I also did a ton in my hair. So I clipped back the weird section of my bangs with my star clips, but then I also put my hair in like these little space buns, and I felt like a fun way to add a little bit more whimsy was to put my mushroom clips in. I made these hairpins just out of bobby pins and polymer clay, and I just shoved them into my little bun here, and they matched my dress really, really well, so I felt like it was just the perfect opportunity to wear them. For earrings, I just have on these sun and star earrings that I picked up at Target a few months back, and then my necklace is from a brand called Layers, I believe, and I picked it up at like a small boutique on the northern neck of Virginia. This was my birthday present to myself back in February. And then lastly, I have on a cardigan. This is actually my mom's cardigan. I was just borrowing it, and this is from the Time and True brand, which is from Walmart. This is actually a really, really soft, really high quality cardigan, to be honest. So I 10 out of 10 recommend. Overall, this is going to be an outfit I'm wearing all the freaking time. So get ready to see this dress all the freaking time. Up next, I feel like this one is definitely leaning witchy, gothic kind of gal. And I am so here for it. I never wear this hat really anymore, but ever since I cut my bangs, I love how it looks with my hair. So I'm probably going to start wearing this hat a little bit more. Get ready. But let's start on the bottom and work our way up. Again, with the docs, I feel like there are few options in my closet that I have that actually work for this aesthetic, and my docs are one of them. So I just threw those on. I kept on my tights from earlier because I felt like that was a fun way to add a little bit more texture to the bottom half of this outfit, and I felt like it was a nice way to sort of mirror the texture in the top, which we're going to talk about momentarily. Moving up, I just have on this satin slip skirt. This is from Walmart actually as well. I bought this a couple years back, and I bought it in this color and also like a wine red, and I feel like the wine red also would work really well for this aesthetic. You could totally pair the wine red with like a black or even purple top, and I think that could look really, really stunning. I really like the fit of this skirt, and there's also like a tiny little slit on the side, which I feel like is really flattering and also convenient for mobility. Sometimes with these more tighter fitted skirts, it limits mobility, so I'm a big fan of skirts with little slits near the bottom so I can stretch my legs as far as I need to. For belts, I actually did a layered belt moment. So firstly, I have this star and moon belt that I picked up at Target a couple years back. I know they still have this one, and I draped that one around my hips to create a little bit more shape, and then around my actual waist I have this thrifted belt that is screaming Tim Burton. I thrifted this a few weeks ago. It is so fun. I love it so much. It immediately makes me think of Nightmare Before Christmas, which I feel like is a movie that very well sits within this aesthetic. Moving up from there, also a thrifted top. I think this top is from Hollister actually, and this is another velvet item. Velvet is such a standout fabric for this aesthetic, and again, there's that subtle sort of paisley, almost lace looking pattern in the velvet direction that I just think is so stunning. I also love that this is an off the shoulder top, though let's be honest, off the shoulder tops rarely stay off the shoulder. They are a little annoying in that you have to play with them all day long to keep them in place, but I still think they're really gorgeous, and I actually really love this color on me. I also loved the sleeve detail, how they're slightly split, so again, accounting for mobility. Sometimes when the off the shoulder sleeves are just like too tight, they're uncomfortable, and so this really is functional in that way, and I really appreciate that in design. For accessories, I again throw on that layers necklace with the moon and the star, and then I have on a variety of rings. The red heart one is from Walmart, the moon one is from Etsy, and then the heart one I believe is from Pandora, and that was a gift from my aunt. And then the pink stone was actually a gift from one of you guys. I don't think your shop is open anymore. But if you're watching and it is, please drop it down below. My earrings I sold these on my Etsy shop once upon a time, which update, my new web shop will be dropping at the end of this month on August 30th. And then my hat, this is from Nasty Gal. I bought this literally, when I say 15 years ago, I mean like 15 years ago. This hat is so old, but I love it and it's such a classic. The last accessory I have on is actually one of the quilted tote bags you guys are going to see in the web shop coming up on August 30th. I made this tote bag out of some celestial print fabric and I felt like it matched this outfit so well. Moving on to this next outfit, this one feels a little bit more fairy core, a little bit more goblin core, if you will, almost edging on hobbit core, lots of cores. But I love this outfit and I honestly feel like there is a way to make this work for Whimsigoth. I didn't put on a cardigan for this one, but I do feel like a floaty sleeved ruffly cardigan over top of this top would make this feel even more Whimsigoth. Now I don't own anything like that, but I do think that that is a great way to make this feel even more Whimsigoth. I left off a cardigan altogether to show that this is a great outfit for the warmer months. So starting at the bottom, I just have on my brown throwback 1970s Converse. I got these for Christmas a couple years ago and they're one of my favorite pairs of shoes. I actually love them so much I don't wear them all the time because I'm afraid of ruining them. And I feel like Converse are an underrated shoe. You can really wear them with any aesthetic. They go with everything. Moving up, I have on this brown prairie skirt. I thrifted this absolute ages ago, so if you've been around, you've seen it. It is a little stained. We're gonna pretend that it's not. But basically, I wore this on a trip last week and I hadn't had a chance to wash it before filming this video, so pretend there's no stain on it. But overall, this is my favorite prairie skirt. It's so perfect, honestly. It's lightweight. There's a lot of room for movement. It's really breathable, and it is just perfect. It has holes and stains and all the things, and it really doesn't matter. I will keep this skirt until it falls apart, disintegrates in my hands. I paired the skirt with this top that I thrifted in last week's video, and it is just so gorgeous. It has a sort of faux corset detailing in the front with this sort of velvet lace kind of situation. It has that paisley print. It's this tie-dye green and brown, and it is just an absolute stunning shirt. I cannot wait to style this so many different ways, but I do think that this might be my favorite way to style it, actually. This top is from Dress Barn, but again, I thrifted it. I paired it with this belt. I picked up this belt at the Goodwill a few years back, and it is just perfect. I honestly couldn't tell you what it's for, but I do live in a farming community, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was some sort of farming belt. It's just this really rich, warm brown leather, and it has just lasted me. It stood the test of time. For accessories, I threw on my Queen Bear necklace from Camp Hollow. They very kindly sent this to me. It is absolutely the cutest necklace, and every time I wear it, I think of Merida. And who doesn't love Merida? Then moving up, I have on these dangling purple, like almost lily of the valley looking earrings. I'm calling them my wisteria earrings. I made these, and these will be available in the drop as well on August 30th. And they're just this really lovely purple, but there's flecks of gold sparkle in the glass, and I think it's so freaking cute. And that is this look. It is pretty simple, but also really effective. Very cute. Okay, the next outfit I love, and this is kind of like a surprise outfit. I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with this vest, but I knew I wanted to layer it in some way, and this is kind of what I came up with, and I low-key love this look. So we'll start from the bottom. I have on my loafers. These are from the brand Wild Pair, and I picked these up at Macy's for my birthday a couple years ago, and I decided I wanted to add a little hint of whimsy with these green and orange fox socks, but I felt like this was a fun way to add just like a random pop of color at the bottom of the outfit. I could have done a coordinated color, but I felt like it was fun to add a contrast, and actually red and green complement each other on the color wheel, and so I felt like it was fun to add that in. It doesn't make it feel a little Christmassy, maybe, but I felt like the orange kind of curved that a little bit. Again, I have on the Spirit Halloween tights that I just absolutely adore, and honestly, seriously, go, if you want a pair, go get a pair. I can imagine they're gonna sell out. Then moving up, I have on this red sort of wine colored corduroy skirt. Corduroy is another fabric. I feel like Whimsigoth plays with really heavy fabrics, so things like corduroy and velvet. This skirt was something I thrifted on Poshmark, but it is from the Wild Fable brand. I love this color. Like I said, it's this wine red color, and it is just such a lovely skirt. It is on the shorter side, but this is probably like the max length I would go in terms of shortness. or I guess the minimum length. I wouldn't go any shorter than this. The skirt has a zipper up the front, which I think is really cool. It also has front pockets, which is just a lifesaver, and they're quite big, as you can see. I did throw on that belt again, and this is a belt for the sake of accessorizing. There are no belt loops. It's not functional. The skirt doesn't need a belt to stay up, but sometimes I think it's important to remember that belts don't have to have a functional purpose. They can just be for accessorizing. Moving up, I have on this second skin top. Now, I thrifted this in the Goodwill, but there is no tag in it, so I couldn't even tell you what the brand is. Basically, it's black, and then it has these silver sparkles all over it, and I felt like this was a really fun option for this aesthetic. It felt kind of celestial for me. Anytime I see black and silver together, I immediately think of the stars in the sky, and I felt like that was perfect for this aesthetic. I put over top of it that sweater vest that I thrifted last week, and I just love how this looks. The sweater vest is really versatile, even though it is cropped. So in that regard, you either are going to have to do a high-waisted bottom, or you'll show some of your midriff. For me, I am more of like a high-waisted to cropped gal, so that's exactly how I'm pairing it here. But I feel like it can work for so many different aesthetics. You could easily use this for cottagecore, for dark academia, for goblin core. Here we're using it for Whimsigoth. There's so many options for what you can do with this. And for accessories, I throw on my blown glass sword necklace that I picked up at a Ren fair either last year or the year before from a brand called the Glass Dragon. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I really want to learn how to blow glass myself, actually. For earrings, I threw on those dangling stars once again, and then in my hair, I just have on this matching headband. I just love when I find random things in my closet that all match or are the same color. So yeah, I've had this headband for absolute ages, and I also love that it has glitter on the headband, so it even ties in the glitter of the second skin top. Alright, now moving on to the last outfit, and we are going to ignore my hair because honestly I was trying something new and I don't know, I'm still not used to the bangs. I can't quite figure them out. So yeah, I'm open to suggestions. If anyone has any recommendations for how to style these bangs, please let me know. But we'll start from the bottom and work our way up. Again, I have on my Docs. I love these boots. I 10 out of 10 recommend if you're gonna buy Doc Martens to buy them thrifted instead of new. I bought mine at a secondhand shop called Uptown Cheapskate, and it's the way I didn't have to worry about breaking them in myself because they were already broken in by someone else. And the first time I bought Docs, I bought them brand new and I never wore them, so I actually ended up selling them. This is the way to do it. Let somebody else do the work of breaking them in. These ones are so comfortable, and now I actually get the hype behind Docs because before I thought people were just lying. Moving up, I have on this black skirt that has a white and gray floral print. This is from my mom. This is also a vintage piece. You guys may have seen this outfit before if you saw my short form content where I styled this. I also very briefly styled this kind of look here in the video where I thrifted this sweater. But this skirt here is from my mom. It is gorgeous. And she just really, my mom is just a Whimsigoth gal. She just like doesn't know it. Long skirts are a huge part of this aesthetic, though. As you saw, there are definitely outfits that work with shorter skirts or even pants. I wish I had pants that worked for this aesthetic. I just literally did not. I feel like a good bell bottom or a patterned pant would work really well for this aesthetic too. But for this outfit, I went for a long skirt because it is just, 1, the color scheme is perfect, 2, the pattern is perfect, and 3, just a long skirt in general, perfect for this aesthetic. Now, I felt like the gray in this skirt was kind of blue toned, so I paired it with this sweater. I thrifted this sweater, I guess, a month or so ago, and it is just so lovely. This is from the men's section, and it's from an offshoot of the Liz Claiborne brand. She has like an athletic brand, if you will, and so this is technically like a polo sweater. But I absolutely love it. The block pattern, the color scheme, it's just lovely. And I also love that it's a mock neck as opposed to a full-blown turtleneck. It makes it so much more comfortable. For accessories, I threw on the used Toxic Positivity tote bag. Tote bags are everything. And I love this print. I felt like it worked really well. There's like the skulls, but then there's also the floral aspects, and I just felt like it was perfect for this aesthetic. As you guys know, I'm a huge reader, and I also have been doing a series where I do a book and a look, so I thought this was a fun opportunity to show you a book that I feel like, 1, goes with the color scheme of this outfit, and 2, the kind of theme of this aesthetic. So here's The Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. I have not finished this book yet, but I started it, and so far, so good. I then threw on this little hedgehog necklace that I bought at a little boutique in Scotland, and it's just so freaking cute. And then some big chunky gunmetal rose earrings, and I felt like gunmetal tied in really well with this sort of cool gray in the sweater, and also tied in really well to the floral print in the skirt. I put my hair up in half up, half down, and I just threw on this little mushroom clip. It's in a black color. This came in a pack of 4, got them at Marshall's. And this, my friends, is this outfit overall. Honestly, this is one I'm probably going to bring with me to Ireland. This is an outfit that you're going to probably see a ton this fall and winter. And honestly, I think I want to try to recreate this just in different color schemes. So for example, I have an orange skirt, and I'd love to see if I can create a warm toned version of this outfit. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, feel free to subscribe down below. It's totally free, and I'll let you know when I upload new videos. I make a bunch of fashion related content here on the channel, everything from thrift with me's to aesthetic explorations to styling videos and more. If you guys end up styling any Whimsigoth outfits and posting them online, please tag me. I would love to see them. I'm in full swing of my Whimsigoth era at the moment, and I know many of you guys are too. And as we head into fall, I'm sure it'll only get better. And of course, along with our dark academia, sort of goblin core outfits that are going to be coming out of the woodwork again. I cannot wait for all of these styles, and honestly, it's been so lovely to rediscover the Whimsigoth aesthetic. And in this process, I also realized just how much of my wardrobe actually works for Whimsigoth. Newsflash. It's a lot, and so I bet a ton of things in your wardrobe also work from Whimsigoth. But anyway, with all of that in mind, again, feel free to like this video, subscribe, and you can also follow me on social media. I am posting on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads all the time, especially Threads I'm using for more book content and like cozy autumn content, so if you want to join in on the conversation. I am currently documenting my process of reading the Throne of Glass series, and I've stalled out on book 3. Not sure why. I think I might need to circle back, read Assassin's Blade, and then continue on with Heir of Fire. But if you guys have read Throne of Glass, let me know down below what you think. I got conflicting opinions on the order in which to read them. Anyway, I think that's all I have for you guys, so don't forget it costs absolutely nothing to be kind, so be kind to yourself, and others. I'll see you next time. Bye!